Greetings, family. Welcome to another Vlogmas day. It's your girl, Charlotte, and I thought I would share with you, as you guys know, before I was working on these pants, but I also wanted to share with you another inspiration I have and kind of what I've been thinking about it. Let's see if I can find it. Lord have mercy. Should have turned to it before. So I've been thinking about, like I said, I've been thinking about pants. Like, what kind of pants would I wear outside doing my ultra marathoning and my ultra running? And then I thought about, but what about a shirt? Because I always have issues with shirts. They really never really work for me. I don't know why I can't find this picture that I used for inspiration. Oh, okay. Oh, here he goes. Okay. And so what I did is I found this shirt here as inspiration. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a little bit about what I'm thinking as it relates to this. And then kind of refer back to this every so often. But what I liked about this shirt was, if you look here, there's a bunch of mesh, right? Just a little, thin layer of mesh, which really, when I sweat a lot, I sweat in the upper back area. So I like this. Now, I'm not crazy about this kind of swoop down in this open area. I'm not really crazy about that. But yeah, I do think there needs to be an open area. And that's my thoughts about that. And then in the front, it just has this and this. So let's see. Let me see if I started drawing this already or if I got to start from the beginning. I think I started drawing a little bit where I was like, oh yeah, this is a little bit of what I started drawing. So what I wanted to do originally was, and I don't think this is what I'm going to go. I think I'm going to start drawing a little bit something else so you guys can see what I'm thinking. So what I thought about with the shirt was that, yes, it would have this like mesh in the back, right? Which I love. But I thought I would just make it more like it would be kind of more in this kind of U-ish, V-ish shape thing in the back. Because I didn't necessarily want a hole, but I did want this lot, because I feel like I sweat around the neck and then I sweat a little bit down my back. And so I thought this venting would do good with that. So as you can see here in the front, I thought about a couple of different things. First of all, I could put some meshing. I didn't put that over here, but put some meshing on the sides, right? Because underarms too are a place where I find that I need some extra meshing. And then in this drawing, I put some meshing here. So let's find some blank. Let's find a blank page, and let's see if we can draw my full, complete thoughts, or at least start drafting a little bit about what I'm thinking as it relates to the shirt idea. Okay. So, okay. All right. So here we go. This is what I know okay. So a couple of things. I'm kind of thinking, like, when it comes to the top of the shirt, I'm not sure if I want to go like this, or if I want to do something like, I don't know, I keep wanting to do something that's kind of squarish, not really squarish, but it's got this clean lines here on the front of the shirt. I definitely am feeling like I want to figure out how to kind of have this venting on the sides, because under the arms, a lot of times, and I don't know about anybody else, but I got a lot of fat rolls on the sides. So having something there would be good. So again, kind of venting here, venting there. But what I was really thinking about as it pertains to the back was, here we have the back, right? And then we go here. That I did like like I was showing in earlier, was I wanted to go maybe a little like this, right? Again, I'm taking this kind of clean lines. It's not very round. design from the front here, right? Because this is the front, if I can spell. And then this is the back. And then make all this mesh, right? So at the top of the back of the shirt is this mesh, which is a little bit different than what we saw in that other picture. And then again, I wanted to kind of do some mesh on the sides. But my other thought too was like to make this kind of, I don't know, a flap. So it's kind of a flap, and then instead of having space, instead of having like a cutout, it's just layered. So half of the shirt is this, right? All this, but then the top half is this. And then there's just a little, it's like a flap over. And so it can, it can buckle up and down, because I feel like what I'm really wanting too is air circulation, right? A lot of times when you get hot and you're wet, you know, the venting will help with the sweat, but also I want air circulation. So I'm thinking, you know, so air can kind of come out of here or go in for that matter, you know, just have this kind of like it's just like, this is the top part and then that's the bottom part. Of course, they're all connected, but there's the ventilation. Then my other idea really was, let's say this was the back, is really to just do, like I mentioned, kind of do similar to this, but like all this is mesh, right? All this is mesh. And then this is like, again, this is a layer. And instead of like, see in that other design, the shirt kind of went down like this. So then there's kind of like this hole in here. But again, like this one, just lay it on top of each other so that again, air can circulate out, air can circulate in. And what I also thought about was maybe making some sleeves. I cannot draw, so don't be looking at my drawings. Maybe some connecting sleeves, right? That had mesh too. And maybe these connecting sleeves can go from long to short, right? And maybe there's some kind of concoction where you could push it up and then it connects here. There's some connection here, some connection point here where you can pull the, push the shirt up. And so then it can act as a short or it can be long, right? But it's all mesh. It's all kind of, because I think a lot of times, I think what mesh will do, now mesh will not work in the, in colder climates, but I think that as someone in a bigger body and my temperature will depend, it will offer me some ventilation. I mean, I think some things that I really am looking for in a shirt is some ventilation. I definitely want moisture wicking, right? I want to feel like the shirt is light, because what will happen is I sweat a lot. Which also water has weight, which will make a shirt heavy. I don't know about y'all, but like a lot of times when I'm sweating a lot and I'm doing an ultra marathon and I've sweat, my shirt will all of a sudden, I can also just feel it on me. I can feel it with all the wetness on it. And so I want to figure out what kind of ways can I do design to kind of figure out this water weight situation. Because a lot of times what will happen for me is that I will take my shirt off and then I will drench it. I will just like burn. And then put it back on, which always is kind of weird because you're wearing a wet shirt. It's not as wet, but it's still wet. So how to create a shirt where there's like ventilation and under the arms. And then I know in my earlier design, I had shown there was, in my earlier design, I had this thought of possibly putting some mesh at the bottom of the shirt. However, I think I pulled away from this idea of putting mesh at the bottom of the shirt because I felt like, why not put that same mesh, I don't know, maybe at the top. There was another drawing I did, I don't know if it's in here or not, where I put ventilation at the top of the pants. Instead of making the shirt have to do all the ventilation work, let the pants do ventilation work. So you guys are starting to see some of my other crazy designs. Let's see. Okay, so like I said, I'm in this process of trying to design some stuff, some new, and I want to design a collection. I want to design a collection of things that are not currently out on the market. I'm not interested in selling the same thing that's already on the market. I really want to kind of really dig deep and get into the design elements of a garment and really create something that is that can benefit the consumer or the customer like myself. So I really love, the idea of mesh in the back. I think I want to play around with the collar. And then again, under the arms, I want to do some potential ventilation play. As I mentioned before, look under the arms here. But yeah, this is just a potential shirt design. Tell me what you think, guys. Send me, give me some comment, give me some feedback. What do you think? I mean, what I will do is do part 2 where I'll kind of show you guys some of the fabrics some of the textiles and fabrics that I'm thinking about, and as well as maybe my pattern design, because I'll design a pattern for this and then see how it goes, and then I'll make one and then we'll see what happens. So, okay. Thank you so much for joining me again for another video. I hope you enjoyed. Have a most beautiful day. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Peace and love, family. Take good care now. Bye-bye.